Hi guys, my name is Dennis. Welcome to my channel Need Some Space. And in this particular video, I'll be talking about how does the moon influence human behavior. And not only about that, but I'm going to speak a lot of other things about the moon. And not only things about the moon, today I'm going to speak something much more important in this video. So today I have no scripts written for my video. It's all coming out of my heart. So make sure you watch the video till the end. So talking about our moon is like the most beautiful thing that you can see in the night sky. So the moonlight is basically sunlight that reflects and comes down to earth. So there are a lot of predators that hunt during the night with the help of this moonlight. The moon also creates ocean currents around the globe, which helps marine life to migrate and mate at different areas around the globe, which helps us to give more species in the ocean life. But what if there was no moon? The moon actually never existed. What would happen then? We should know that the moon's gravitational influence on Earth helps life on Earth to survive. So if there was no moon, the Earth would spin 4 to 5 times faster than it spins now. So that would create a lot of strong winds flowing from each direction. Birds and also insects would die because of these winds, and maybe the only thing that would survive is maybe plants and huge trees. And if there was no ocean currents, these ocean creatures or sea creatures that depends upon the ocean currents to survive would die as well. So there is a lot of things that can happen if there was no moon. And what if there were two moons? What would happen if there were two moons? It would be beautiful to look at two moons during the night sky. It would be just breathtaking, but it comes with a cost. So now if we have two moons, that means the gravitational influence is double than what we have now. That means the oceans would rise up and that would form tsunami-like waves to come near the coast, and that would swipe off a lot of cities, a lot of humans. There would be destruction everywhere. Now that the two moons are orbiting in the same path, both have some gravitational influence as we know, and these two moons can attract each other to collide with each other, and this would have a lot of debris to fall back on Earth, which is dangerous for humans and every species and life on Earth. But how did the moon actually form? How did the moon come into existence? To explain that, let's go a billion years ago when two planets collided with each other and became one planet that we know is Earth. So when this collision happened, there was a lot of debris that flew into space, but it could not escape the gravitational pull of this planet, which is the Earth right now. So these debris started to revolve around the Earth, making rings for the Earth. So just like Saturn, Jupiter and Uranus right now, Earth had rings a billion years ago. So as they were orbiting around the Earth in the same path, they collided with each other to form the moon we see right now. So that's how the moon was formed. So there are some studies where the moon actually influences human behavior. So how does that happen? So we should know that the moon is constantly pulling Earth towards itself because of its gravitational pull, and the Earth is also attracting moon towards itself. So the moon cannot pull the whole Earth towards itself because the mass of the Earth is much more higher than of the moon. So as we know that the moon attracts water, so that's the reason there is high tide and there is low tide in the oceans. So we should know that human body is 71% water. So this means that humans are attracted towards the moon as well. So now that we are 71% water, when it's a full moon, a human behavior changes because there's a lot of blood that goes into the brain. So what actually happens is that if a person is angry during a full moon, he or she gets more angry, and if a person is really happy, the person gets more happier. So that's how the full moon affects human behavior. So whatever you are during a full moon, you just go a higher version of that. So that's how moon actually affects a lot of things, including humans, life on Earth, whether it be ocean life or the wildlife. There are a lot of things that moon affects us, and it is the reason why we are alive today. And not only the moon, there are a lot of things that affect human lives, just like the sun. If there was no sun, there would be no mobile screens, there would be no TV, and there would be no artificial light. As we know that the sun gives us light, and the light travels as an electromagnetic wave. So if there was no sun, there would be no electromagnetic wave, and there would be no, hence there would be no mobile screens, there would be no light that we can produce. So that's how sun affects us. And not only that, there's a lot of reasons how sun affects us, but every planet in our solar system helps us to survive. Every planet in our solar system helps Earth to be what it is now, because if there was no Mercury and Venus, the Earth would be too much closer to the sun, and it would be too much hotter than it is now, and we would not survive. If there was no Jupiter, Saturn, and other planets, the Earth would move farther away from the sun, and the Earth would be too cold for life to survive. So Earth comes under the Goldilocks zone. That means it's not too hot and not too cold, and it's the best place where life can form. So yet you are the only living beings in the whole universe, which is so big that you can't even imagine. So you are privileged to have life, and you are very lucky to have life, because everything has worked for you to be alive right now. There are a lot of things that fall into place perfectly so that Earth could have life on it. So let's just feel that we are privileged, and let's just try to protect ourselves from the coronavirus which is going on right now. Let's be in our houses, because when you are in your house, you're protecting the whole human race, not only yourself. Let's just distance ourselves from people, be alone, do whatever you want. There are a lot of series on Netflix, there are a lot of series on Amazon Prime. You can watch anything you want, you can do whatever you want, you can dance, you can sing, you can do anything when you are alone. Do something productive, learn something. There are a lot of things you can do. We are the only humans in the universe yet. Let's not destroy that. Let's respect what we have. Let's respect life. Let's just keep ourselves protected, is all I'm trying to say. So what if there was a parallel universe in which there are humans just like us, or else there is cellular life? We don't know anything about it, but what if there was? What if there was a parallel universe where all these things existed and we don't know of it? So in my next video, I'll be talking about parallel universe, and if there is, then how can we go into a parallel universe? Is it possible to go in a parallel universe? And how to know if there is life out there? So be tuned for my next video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Especially share this video with a lot of people that you know, and please don't forget to comment whatever, if you have any kind of doubts. Okay guys, see you next Sunday. Have a great week and be safe. Take care. Thank you.